Holy shit, folks!
Ah.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hey.
That's Dawn. Sonra's here somewhere. We also have McLeod with us. Today is March 9th, 2023. Today is March 9th, 2023. And you are in for a special. This is the Tits episode of Theta Thursday. That's what the kids say when things are really cool. But it's the Tits this week. So yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining us. And Dawn, what's going on? How have you been?
Greg, the stream can't hear you now.
What? God damn it!
We're working with minimal technical abilities today because Mifune abandoned us for a hockey game.
Can you hear you?
An asshole.
Okay. Oh, Kumi's just being a jackass.
Oh, Kumi. Wow, man. Wow. You had me worried because I'm pushing the buttons. Mifune just left me holding the fucking bag. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm I'm an old, crusty old man trying to fucking figure out computer stuff.
Mifune won shitty tickets to a hockey game from his work, and so he chose that over us today. Who would do that? Would you do that, Sondra?
That's not what happened,
Not a
Dawn.
chance.
I'm not going to lie for Mifune. I'm not going to do it. Mifune is he's right now, hang on, what time is it? Yeah, right now, as we speak, he's at the tattoo parlor getting his Fat B tramp stamp. I'm just going to come out and fucking say it. That's exactly what's happening.
What took him so long?
Yeah, exactly.
He's been really resistant. We had to get him drunk first.
Actually, yeah, rumor has it that's not that difficult.
A little bit of a lightweight, is he?
So, today we have McLeod, who is a regular on INN's second best show, Push to Talk.
Wait, INN has other shows, Don? What are they? And when are they?
They dragged me in here and like tied me up, so you know.
He'll be here for about 5 minutes.
Don's fucking into that there, McLeod. I'd be careful. You end up with a fucking ball gag and a fucking strap on in you.
You
Sounds like a good
don't come
time.
up with stilettos or you're gonna fucking hate it. You will hate
I
life.
promise no stilettos. But,
Oh, that's me out there.
So, McLeod's here joining us for a little while. He was helping with the technical stuff since Greg does what he can do.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, Don.
But we always appreciate him stepping up to...
I'm for on-site technical support as such.
Yeah.
And
much appreciated, too.
And then Sonria is our guest for the evening, along with it is springtime, so you will be hearing my cat serenading us. I will mute it every now and then, but...
Hi, Don's cat.
It may. I know. I just make sure to get closer. And Sonria is a one of the main FCs for Goons right now, and a couple other things. So, Sonria, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the public?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone, or other time zones. If it might be morning, night, I don't know. I'm Sonrare. As Don said, I'm an FC here for the Imperium. Been with the crew, I guess, for about 15 months now, and loving every minute of it.
And how long have you been playing Eve?
Oh, so I originally got started in 2005, but I took about a 10-year break.
Does that count?
Starting in 2011. Yeah, that's it. Like, it's hard to say, right?
well, what about the experience made you go nope for 10 years?
Yeah, but then what also made you go, yes, I'll come back?
Sandra, you were in Brave for 16 days, weren't you?
I was in Brave for a very short period of time. Yeah, I think it could have been 14 days, 16 days. They're one of
that
the...
makes sense.
I joined with Brave newbies when I came back because I wanted to get back into nullsec. It was sort of right toward the end of the war, and I just kept getting killed, and I didn't understand all the changes that had occurred in the game since I'd been away. So I'm like, I'm not sure nullsec is for me, so I went back to highsec for a while to figure things out.
That's fair. I mean, you know, we all kind of at some point did the far too early jump to nullsec to be like, yeah, with the cool kids, and then you're like, I don't understand.
I beg to
People
differ.
are backstabbing and all that kind of stuff, and then
Well, it was interesting
I never did
because
that.
I was part of a nullsec alliance prior to leaving in 2011. In 2005, 2006, I joined up with Firmus Ixion and lived in Quirius for a while. And then when they kind of fell apart, I joined up with Sodalitis XX, and we lived in Providence. So I had a long history of nullsec, but being away from the game as long as I did, many things changed, and it just took a while to acclimate myself again.
By the way, I would like to point out we had a hype train. For us is insane because I think we've only ever had one before, so we appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes for the hype train. You're gonna actually start seeing us push subs. So if you have a sub that you don't want to give to anybody else, go ahead. Amazon Prime subs.
Yeah, your Amazon Prime works fucking awesome, Don. Did you know that?
Free money. So that is a discussion for a little bit later in the show about Amazon Prime. We'll get into that in a little bit. But
it's literally free real estate.
It's free money. Bezo bucks, yeah. So Sonrear, you said you joined Goons right after the war then?
Yeah, so it was, I think, within a week or two of the Pappy pulling out. We were at the corporation I was in was part of Already Replaced, and we swapped sides and joined up with Lon. I think, like I said, within a week. I think we were one of the last ones allowed in before there was a rule of like, hey, we're not accepting people swapping over. Yeah, and I think my first fleet with the Imperium was shooting the Keepstar and T-Fuzzy.
And then
Zero the hero, Jesus.
And what other
dunking?
I mean, Greg and I casted most of those, so you got to. So you were probably on TV for a little while. What other roles in the Imperium do you perform?
Gosh, I try to do a little bit of everything. I've actually got a quote hanging up on the wall inside my shop. It basically says, "Try to learn something about everything and everything about something." Kind of a little bit of life philosophy of mine, and so I try to experience all that life does have to offer. So I started up when I signed up with the Imperium, went onto the page and basically applied to all the different SIGs and squads there were, and ended up in a bunch of stuff I didn't even know what it was, but I figured I'd give it a try.
You whore.
I know. Whore. That's how I got started in Locust, and Locust is like, well, if you want to go out and do stuff, you're going to have to join Skirmish Commanders, otherwise you can't use the tools for the PAPs and stuff. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll join Skirmish Commanders. And I think
everybody's in Skirmish Commanders, it's fine.
Right.
I'm in Skirmish Commanders.
Right, but I think I was a Locust FC before I was a Skirmish Commander.
Correct. I was hoping you would bring that up. I would like to point out that I nurture the Imperium's future every now and then. So
the fuck, Don? You make everything about you all the time.
Why not? Everything should be about me.
I've always loved the Skirmish Commander B. Fucking great.
Which one is it?
It's got the
helmet upside down. It's the upside.
Oh, is it like the map upside down?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Yeah.
Exactly.
I gotta get the Locust one on the forums because ours is like. So we had a contest. We had a contest when Locust was going on during the war, and we got a couple like fun ones, but we never decided on one. And then Sonrear actually made our Discord for Locust. And he was like, I need a bee. And so I pulled out the one I like, which is us. It's a little bee with a little miner hat and a little pickaxe and a little, what is it like I think it's just like a utility
should make it
belt.
One of the emotes here for INF.
It'd be hilarious. So I need to get that bee on to Goonfleet at some point. If I could ever figure out how you're supposed to do it.
I asked a question earlier before the show, and I didn't get an answer that I didn't get a positive answer to it. Did CCP fuck anything up this week or do anything this week? And we don't think they did. Does anybody in chat know if CCP did anything this week? Oh, I know what they did. They fucking laid a whole bunch of people off, didn't they? Or they fired a bunch of people.
Yeah, I think they let 13 people go.
Oh,
yeah, they were a little busy. Hey,
but then they have open positions as well.
Let's recap. Okay, so Just Another Elk is bringing up something that happened this morning, and I'm not going to blame CCP on this one. Okay, So Goonies were out there shooting buildings for timers for this weekend, having a grand old time, and on their way home or a fight was happening somewhere, these horrible, awful people from Northern Coalition, NC, decided to crash the server by trying to smart bomb the SAC fleet. And so it's NC's fault.
I thought NC folded.
There's still like 10 of them around, which is enough for a Praxis smart bombing fleet.
Is Pittsburgh in NC? Oh, he's in Trigger Happy. That's right.
Yeah. He used to be in NC, then they moved around a bunch because they're unsatisfied with life.
That's fair. If I were with NC, I'd be unsatisfied with life as well.
Oh, Oxygen's gonna come down and out. Okay.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Oxygen, what's going on, buddy?
Yo, what's up, gang?
He's gonna hang out. All right. So
speaking about Northern Coalition, though, Don, there's stuff going on in the north, isn't there?
Well, that's what we're gonna ask Sonweir about. So, what is happening in the north from a co-ward / FC's perspective?
Well, from a co-ward / FC perspective, it's all operational. Security. Can't talk about it, sorry.
Shh, I know more than you do.
You probably do more than I do.
That doesn't sound like a skirmish commander speaking.
Yeah, you're supposed to spill the beans, not hide.
Spill the beans. He's
at that level where like they really worry about what they say. They're like, oh no, what if somebody finds out? Then Kumi's down in Theta, just drunk off his ass, telling us everything.
Do you really think that boat thought that deep that way through? Like, do you think he really thought things through when he was saying stuff?
I think so, actually. I think Boat's playing like 4D chess.
Boat's a fucking Zen master. You guys can fucking sleep 1,000 years and not dream the stuff that fucking is floating around in Boat's mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's slow to go. When you've got that many jumps to go to get staged, we've got a lot of move ops going on. I expect the momentum to pick up here pretty soon. But for now, it's just shoot stuff, set timers, rinse, repeat for a little while, yeah.
Have we made them angry at all?
No, they've been mocking our Titan numbers, trying to make fun of us for however many Titans we moved. I don't believe the numbers they said.
I don't have a Titan,
I could be wrong.
Can you give me a Titan, Don?
No. Build one yourself, bitch.
I don't really want a Titan. I just want yours.
No, does she
have a name?
Yeah, her name is My Light.
Aw.
Actually, rumor has it Titans are actually worth building now because the prices went up so much.
Maybe. My Titan's doomsday light shall shine upon all of my enemies as I melt their faces off. So yeah. Actually, no. All my supers have names. So like my Aeon's called My Heart, and my Nyx is called My Love. So that's why my Titan's name is My Light. Because I felt like naming them
wholesome, really.
I felt like naming them all Sex Kitten wouldn't work. I wanted them to be distinct. So
members of a Christian rock band name.
It's got to the point where I literally have hashtag and then just a random fucking like face roll of numbers.
Oh yeah, all my sabers are named Zoom. Just Zoom.
Zoomies. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, just Zoom.
I still try to do some good naming conventions with my capitals, but I've kind of given up on the others.
Yeah.
And all of my shuttles get named important in capitals. Just so that way people try to tackle me.
I try to name my ship something witty, like my sacrilege. I named it Christopher Hitchens. And I don't know. I don't care if nobody gets a reference.
For sacrilege, that's a great name.
Anyways, we got some breaking news here just in from our friends at TMZ that do not sponsor this show. Robert Blake Beretta died. He's dead, and he was 89 years old. And Robert Blake, and he did not kill his wife.
Wait, a side note. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot more to that story, just specifically because you said that.
Robert Blake.
Yeah.
I seen.
There's something about a restaurant and him forgetting his gun inside the restaurant, so there's no way that he could have killed his wife. I think that was his defense. I don't know, man. Some of you figure. Oh, we got fucking Dave Archer in chat. Dave Archer.
He's been here for like the past few weeks, surprisingly.
Oh my god, Dave Archer, are you trying to like learn how to stream professionally so you can like? I noticed Dave streams. Dave, can we get a link to your stream
for this then?
No,
right here, man.
No, wow. Dave's got like a really good stream, man. I watch it every once in a while. He like goes out and does stuff.
Takes music with us.
It's a rare thing indeed.
It is. But yeah, Robert Blake, he was also in the Little Rascals, our gang, or like with Spanky and Alfalfa.
It shows that he was a child actor, but yeah, he was infamously on trial for his 2001 murder of his wife. So not even like young, like, you know, in their 60s. What the fuck did she do to piss him off? Do you think he was like, I want a younger bitch? Bam.
Well, why does she have to fucking do something? Like, what's that? The guy fucking killed his wife.
Well, I mean,
there's probably not a lot you could do that warrants that type of reaction.
But anyways, back to Dave streaming. Do you think I'd get a lot of views if I played in a hot tub in a swimsuit, like playing EVE Online?
Yeah.
Are you attractive with giant boobies?
I do have giant boobies, that's for sure.
Would you be willing to smear margarine on your nipples?
You gotta either be super attractive or you gotta meme it and be like, just like.
I think the hot tub meta has died. That's so last year.
I mean, I'm down for whatever. If you guys tell me to do it and you think it'll get clicks, like, let's go.
Well, I know INET is always looking for new content.
Clicks, like, just saying.
We have because we're talking about such wholesome things, we should talk about some of our sponsors. Blue Crew, right? Makers of the Blue Yeti microphone, of which I am talking through. Don, I think you got one of those too, right?
Yes, I do too.
What about you guys?
Blue Chew?
What? No, Blue Crew.
Hi, Dominic.
Hey, guys.
Dominic's here. Dom, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Do you have a Blue Yeti microphone?
We were interviewing Sanrir, but we got distracted.
I do not. I've got a Behringer soundboard and mics.
Like Tom Behringer?
Not spelled the same, but yeah, sounds the same. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, you can stay there. Yes,
Who?
I enjoy my Blue Yeti. I think it does pretty well. Though it is really sensitive. If I don't look at it, though, it does not pick up as much. Like
you don't look at it.
Yeah, if I don't actually like point my, it is very directional.
I used to have one of the Yeti snowballs, but they kind of gross me out.
Mine was like whatever the standard Blue Yeti was.
I got mine set to stereo.
They were like, get the WoW one. I'm like, I don't play WoW. Why would I want the WoW one?
So maybe the one would you get?
Blue Yeti is like
if they
comes with like different like polar patterns and stuff like that, and people don't realize that it does, and they use the Omni one or something ludicrously terrible, and it like really sucks.
No, I use the directional. There's 3 on mine. One's got like a round circle. One's like the.
Don't use the round circle. Use the heart shaped one.
Yeah, I'm using the heart shaped one, and then there's the figure 8, which I assume is left and right mostly.
Figure 8 is left or right. It's usually used as either in conjunction.
Well, I am using ragged. Like, or raged.
Or it's used for like say interviews.
Yeah, that's a stereo,
right? Yeah, it's when you're across from each other.
It's like 2-channel, I think.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Yeah.
So, does anyone have any questions for our guest of the evening?
Well, hang on. Before we get to questions, Don, I also want to bring up Nitrado high-end prepaid game servers. There's a link down below. If you go down below there, you can click on that link. You can get one of your high-end Nitrado prepaid game servers.
We're not going to go through all of the sponsors. You can pick 2, and you've picked your 2.
I want to get more sponsors, Don.
Damn, Don.
I might go check that out. I need a few game servers myself.
Yeah, they're all right.
Bring booty sweat, y'all.
New Eden Post is here too. Isn't that Redliner guy?
Yeah.
Hey, Redline, what's going on, buddy?
We were fighting, quote unquote, yesterday about the bullshit that they were spewing on Tuesday about A, our Titan numbers, and B, renting's not that bad. I'm like, I mean, sure, if you can do it, like, if you can do it, but it's not necessarily good for the game when you have, one group controlling like 8 regions.
No, it's bad for the fucking game, and that's why Asher's finally put his fucking foot down, and that's why we should call this the rental war. Because we're going to fucking eradicate renting in EVE Online by pushing these pussies out of the fucking north and back to fucking bot lands where they come from.
We're going to send them all to the drone lands?
And listen, Norris, if you have a problem with me, bud, if you have a problem with my group of friends, then you got a problem with some other person. I didn't think that through. It started out good.
It did start out good. It did.
And then it kind of faded off.
You're really going somewhere there.
But anyways,
he's like,
I was getting excited, Greg. I was getting excited. I liked it.
The war of the renters, or the rental wars. What would we call it?
You had me right there, man. You had me right there.
Do we have the 7?
Are we winning? What
it hasn't started yet.
How long is it going to take?
We've had a little couple scraps. Well, remember, PH has to like collect all their ships together. They've got to take their sweet time getting over it because they finally worked out their little drama from this week.
They got to make sure they've got to make sure they've established superiority over the pandas before they get into actual conflict.
Now, do you think there's a ritual involved in that process, or just they just submit immediately?
Probably just a little bit of fellatio.
You have to sniff each other's bums too, right? In a circle, they have to like run around in a circle.
We need to find an expert about exerting dominance over pandas.
A little light circular kind of fellatio.
Don knows quite a bit about dominance, don't you, Don?
We don't need to go into that.
What?
I thought she said no stilettos.
No, I can do stilettos, but
everybody's read your stories, Don.
No, they're not anymore. They're buried deep in the bowels of Helldump that are moved to the death pit of the forums. You cannot read them anymore.
Oh man, that's sad. You should write new stories.
That does suck. What the hell?
I have to be inspired. I have to be motivated. You can't force it, or else it just doesn't come out right.
That sounds dirty.
I miss your old fan fiction, Don. It was good.
I mean, if you like reading about Jay and John getting it on in Jay's upper penthouse suite of the 1DQ at a Keep Star, I'm sure I can find a copy of it for you.
Oh, God,
I miss Jay though.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I miss Jay more than you, Don.
I miss Jay. He needs to pop in every now and then. But so Sonmir, how are you finding, like, this is going to be your like first war of actually being like one of the upper boys for cohort and stuff?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, like, as I said, I kind of like to do a little bit of everything, so I'm trying not to get pigeonholed into being in any one area. I'm just trying to be able to be helpful where I can. So, whether it's move ops or helping plan strategic ops, whatever's a role that can be filled, I'm happy to do it.
What do you really like to do, though?
Man, I do love FCing, though. There is something fun about it.
That never goes away. That feeling, you will always love it and miss it after.
It's just there's just so many pieces in play at the same time, and that you just get this real good sense of satisfaction when you're juggling all the different balls, and it ends up exactly where you want it to be at the end.
Do you like to juggle balls?
No.
I like a little bit of everything.
Now, do you use one hand and like roll them around like that, or is it a two-handed play?
It's like everything in FCing, man. It's situational. The answer to anything about FCing is always it depends.
What is your favorite fleet type to lead, or engage?
I'm curious about this. That's a good question.
I really like turret doctrines. I don't know if I have a favorite as far as that's concerned. Like, honestly, the Feroxes, ever since the hack nerf, just keep getting better. They'll always have a special place in my heart. But yeah, I love turrets.
Yeah, I was always a big fan of the like super kitey runaway shoot people at range.
That's an area I'm still working on developing. I'm probably not the best at kiting.
I'm probably not the best at it either, but damn, it is fun when it works.
Right? There was a fight we had a few weeks back, and when I say a few weeks, this could be anywhere between now and like 2 years ago. But we were fighting a bunch of hurricanes from Horde that had come in to Delve, and we formed kestrels, and we just skirting along the outside at like 80, 90 kilometers, picking off all their tackle until they had just a handful of logistic ships and hurricanes left. And so their FC just like, fuck it, went home, and then it bombed them on the way out and wiped their whole fleet.
Yes. That's awesome.
Just when they'd kind of forgotten that there was a bomber group in the system, and it was like, bam.
I have it on good authority that FC was mauling and coping and seething the entire way because he couldn't do anything because you got Kestrel zipping around at like 3K a second, just picking off all the tackle, and he's like, just fuck it, we're going home. Wait, we're going home the fast way, oops.
I've been on the receiving end of, oh no, we're going the fast way home more than once. Sad days. But I will say it does free up your evening. So
yeah, you're like, wow, I was planning on doing this for the rest of the night. Now I don't have anything to do.
Yeah, you're like, I was gonna do 20 jumps to go home, but I guess I'm done.
Well, you can catch up on the TV you're watching, right? Anybody watching anything good?
That new episode of The Mandalorian was pretty fire.
Oh,
yeah, it was all right.
Oh, don't talk. I haven't started that.
We won't. I won't. No spoilers, but
I literally just finished up Last of Us.
If you haven't started it back up, you definitely should.
I've been watching Mayor of Kingstown. It's got the guy who played Hawkeye from from the Marvel stuff. It's pretty.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's very good actually. I like it.
What show is that?
It's called Mayor of Kingstown. It's in the second season. It's really good.
Nice.
I can't think of the guy's name. The guy ran himself over.
Is that guy out of the hospital yet? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know if there'll be a third season or not.
Yeah.
Bernie Kopel, I think was his name, or is his name, right? Oh no, sorry, that was the captain that was the doctor on the Love Boat.
So I'd like to talk up
I have questions.
Sonya a little bit. I'm telling you, the guy's a good FC. I'm looking forward to your fleets. You do a good job. He's one of those FCs that no matter if you're new or been here a long time, he's a fun FC to have. So look forward to your fleets, bud.
I'll agree with that.
Which FC do you see as your role model or your mentor?
Oh, I actually had 4 really important mentors to me coming up through the ranks. And it's kind of crazy to think about it, but this coming Tuesday will actually be the anniversary of my first strategic op as a skirmish commander. So I've kind of come up through it pretty quickly, but the 4 mentors that actually made a big difference to me early on was Altori Phoenix and Cash spent a lot of time with me on the Jeff deployment. And later on, as I started moving into a TC role, and later on to FC, Kosacek and Vex also spoke a lot with.
So 3 of the guys that left.
Yeah.
Because Vex is gone too, right?
I also think it's probably fair if I give a shout out to Mike and Zintage. I've been hanging with them in martial law for a long time, and they were the ones who kind of started pushing me into more of a skirmish commander role. So I appreciate that too.
Who in the Imperium that's a current FC would you be most afraid to fight? Who do you think that would probably defeat you?
Probably most of them. To be honest, they've all got really good attributes. And one of the things I really like being part about the team here is that we've got a really good overlapping skill set. Like I think there are a lot of FCs who are good at particular doctrines. Some of them have just amazing level of foresight and can see things coming that other folks wouldn't otherwise miss. And some just have like an encyclopedic knowledge of doctrines and ships, and not just Imperium, but just of our hostiles as well. So they, you get word that Fraternity's undocking a Zealot fleet, and one of the FCs would be like, okay, here's how they're fit, and here's how we're going to counter it. And it's like, where did you get that information? It's like, oh, I looked it up and saved it and memorized it all. So I think one of the things I really like about our bench right now is just everything's pretty chill. We talk a lot, and we got really good overlapping strengths. I think we're in a good spot right now.
I feel like we is the Imperium end up training half of the other FCs in the game. I'm sure there's something wrong with that, but
it seems that way, doesn't it?
Sometimes I feel that way. Because they're like, either have like fucking cows or freak out or I want to try something different. And then they just go do the same exact thing over in a different group. And it's not different. Okay, whatever. As long as you're having fun.
Have we seen Alterari?
I mean, I saw him in Vegas, so...
No, I mean on the battlefield.
Sometimes.
Yeah, every now and again.
I don't think
he was out and about in Dell yesterday.
What about Kosi?
I haven't seen Kosi Jack at all. I think
Kosi disappeared like 3 weeks after he switched.
Yeah,
I kind of missed Kosi Jack.
He joined AKC, and then I think he decided to take a break, maybe Winnie for a while.
Yeah.
I liked Kosi Jack.
He probably popped up every now and then.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is just the nature of the personality for peoples that go in FC. It's like a lot of strong personalities, a lot of the prima donna kind of stuff going on. So if something doesn't go your way, I see a lot of people, it's just the nature of people in FC, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. I think folks who FC generally like to be in charge. Like you said, sometimes there's an ego aspect as well. And I think as much as we try to get away from it, it's always going to be there.
Having egos?
And I think we've seen it the other way too, where people from other organizations end up coming into the Imperium that have a lot of talent also. So it's like,
yeah, and it's a big adjustment. The Imperium does things the way the Imperium does things. I think some folks find it constricting. I think others find maybe a little bit of having a structure in place to be good for them, which has certainly helped me quite a bit. We have a level of organization I just haven't seen in other areas of EVE.
Now, what are you looking forward to the most out of this particular engagement? Is there a goal you have of I want to take out sack fleets and get really good at sacking it up in everybody's face? Are you wanting to just rack up the kills on structures and stuff? What do you have something that you're kind of going to focus on?
I do actually. My focus for this upcoming engagement, I try to view everything as learning opportunities. But I want to take a lot what was given to me and help kind of pass that on, perhaps the next generation of FCs coming up. So I'm really excited about this engagement because it's an opportunity for TCs and skirmish commanders to get involved that just aren't there in peacetime. And so looking forward to mentoring and helping kind of the next group come up through the ranks.
Yeah, that's I've seen a lot of FCs come up, and I've only been here a little while, but a lot of them will come up during wars or during the Jeff deployment. I think is the first Jeff deployment we had that I was part of. Anyways, I think Kosacek came up there, and Mike Flood started to get really trusted, right? Not just the kid, they were just oh yeah, let's let Mike do it.
Yeah, it's the big fleet fights and the large wars and engagements. There's nothing else like it, and that is absolutely my jam. There's a lot of FCs who like to go whaling. There's a lot who enjoy small kitey nano gangs. There's all sorts of different flavors, but large fleet fights and large wars, they are a category all into their own, and I absolutely love it, and that's what I'm here for. And like I said, the opportunities for some of the tactical commanders and skirmish commanders to start getting that type of experience really is something I'm looking forward to quite a bit.
Well, we should bring up another thing that isn't sponsored by us, but, well, it kind of is. Goonfleet now has, you can sponsor your post. Have you heard this?
You can what?
You can sponsor your post.
Is that with the bits and shit?
No. It's, I think it's Kunmi's idea. I'm going to put a link. So if you're in Goons, you can click that. If you're not, well, sorry. Why aren't you in Goons? I understand why you aren't Redline, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, you can have sponsored posts now. All right, so you pay money, and then your post is fucking bam right there. So if you want to talk about something, Like, let's say you're having a barbecue.
I want to talk about why my post in chat just got moderated.
What?
Which one?
What did you do?
Did you try to link a link?
I did try to do
links. I was saying, if you try to do links, it won't work.
Yeah, send the link to Dawn.
I was just talking shit to Redline, and my message wasn't posted due to conflicts with this channel's moderation settings.
Oh, because Redline's name is banned from the channel, I think, so you can't actually say Redline.
Oh man, is there anything that Redline hasn't been banned from yet?
I don't remember if it was Redline or Redline 13 or something about that specifically. Oh, we got a raid! Woo! Hi guys.
Oh, awesome!
From Milk on the Edge. That's a little.
Hello, Milk on Edge.
That's a little scary, but okay.
That's a name that's open to a lot of different interpretations.
Yeah, I've been milked to the edge a couple of times. Anyways, welcome. Thank you. I'm Greg. There, that's Dawn. We've got Dominark, Oxygen, Sonrear, our featured guest of the week, Sonrear.
Good evening.
With us. And yeah, thanks for coming by and checking our shit out. We do this once a week. We also on INN, the Imperium News Network. There's some other pretty fucking fantastic content, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays at what time? What time is Push the Talk? Push the Talk is 17 Eve, Don?
What?
What time is Push to Talk?
Pays me for everything. That's ridiculous.
It is 1 p.m. Eastern time zone. Figure it out from there. That's about as best I can tell you. Until I get it written out in a way that I can say it, that's as good as you're gonna get.
Why don't you just get a clock?
What time is it? Oh wait, McLeod already left. That's right.
18 Eve, Brisk says. And speaking of Brisk, welcome to chat, Brisk.
Hey, Brisk.
Brisk does a little show too.
Now it is 1700. Wow, you were right the first time. Great.
Him and Mr. Mark Resurrectus do a little show called The Meta Show, which is a lot of fun every Saturday. I make sure I watch it every Saturday.
I do have to say, every time I get a chance, I watch the Meta Show. It's pretty good.
Yeah, same here. I like it.
As people know, but I'll say it again, I fall asleep to Brisk's beautiful voice every night because I can guarantee that I can put on 5 shows in a row to just play and I will right out. It is very soothing. They keep talking the entire time, so it's very easy. You're not that boring, Brisk. I have to not pay attention to you. I have to put it on the lowest volume setting above muted. That way I can just barely hear you.
Brisk crinkling plastic and kissing into the microphone, ASMR style.
Man, that'd be awesome.
I'd tune in for that.
I mean, what would your tip menu be like, Brisk? Like how many bits for what? How does that work?
Honestly, I was getting a kick out of the other night, Brisk working on his models. You know, sometimes it just doesn't.
But anyway, see, that's Saturday at 1900 is the Meta Show, right? 1900 Eve is the Meta Show. Brisk runs a tight fucking hour there.
It's not 1900. Because if Push to Talk is at 1700.
Oh, it's 20. Sorry, 20.
It'd be 2000. 2100. Yeah, because I know
21.
It's like
oh my God.
3 hours.
I think what you should say is that people should keep INN turned on all the time, and sometimes there's a show.
Yeah, just leave it on.
We're going to get a card. We're going to get a launch card to let us know what our fucking times are. But just watch all day Saturday.
Also, after Theta Thursday tonight, I'm sure you can tune into Rampage Inc., which is
if they're not going already, then they're probably not going tonight. We'll see.
I think Rampage usually starts in about 20 minutes.
No, they keep trying to start when we're going. It's like, wait 30 minutes, guys. But no, they starting at 8:30.
It's a good show. They got like Anominate, and they got Merkelchin and Brisk. That's a good show. You should watch it.
I'll watch it every now and then. Especially when they do like gate camps where I can join the gate camp and like look at me, I'm on TV.
That's why I always like it when Mine One comes on, because he's usually broadcasting from right out in front of the Imperial Palace, and I can just undock some cool ship and start orbiting him.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel important.
Start firework launching everywhere for an hour. Pew 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 pew.
So rumor has it that there is room for more shows on INN. Anybody got any good ideas for a show?
There are 5 other days of the week.
I would be a big fan of bringing back Space Court, but streaming it. I know that they would never let us, but I think that would be amazing content.
Why wouldn't they let us do it?
They banned Space Court.
It's against like the EVE terms of service now or something.
Yep.
What?
Because what would happen is people would put them in quote-unquote court and make people do things in real life to get out of Space Court. And it's against the rules to force somebody in-game to do something out of game.
Like, we made them do a little bit of singing, but that was all.
Right, so, like, it never got bad, but, like, I'm sure somebody took it far. So they added it to the EULA that you cannot make somebody do something out of game for in-game services.
And especially don't record it and post it on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, Brisk.
YouTube still good, though?
Yeah.
Oh.
We could do it. Oh, man. Yeah, the Mifune propaganda hour.
I think people would tune in for that, yeah.
You know, I also have one more good one. I think it would be cool if, just like within the Imperium, we pick 2 random skirmish commanders and give them 2 random doctrines and just like stream them fighting it out, like in 1DQ during not wartime.
No, I feel like not random. No, not random oxygen. We should give them both the same doctrine.
Yeah, like
and
NASCAR.
See what they do with it.
That's fair. And then also maybe let people vote for who they want to see fight it out, and then start some.
We've been talking about that for a little while. University's actually done a pretty good job with scheduling some of those Thunderdomes. They've gone pretty well. I think it'd be interesting to give skirmish commanders like a budget for both pilots and ISK and see what they could come up with on their own doctrines and fly them.
Yeah.
No, they're dumb. Don't. What I think would be fun is like, you're going to use Kiki's, like the Kiki fleets, right? But you get to decide, like the main ship, over 50% of the fleet needs to be whatever the main ship is, right? But then you can decide whether support you want, and then with a budget like that. So that way, maybe one starts using Kitsunes to jam things out, while the other ones are using hard tackle or wolves or something to help augment the Kikis or whatever.
Yeah, so, I think that's a great idea. I think we should start putting something together. We can have a little show on
Friday night fights.
Sorry, just got that action item. That's happening.
And you know what? Open it up to FCs from other alliances. We can have an Imperium invitation.
We would just do it on CC, so it costs us nothing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think that could be a lot of fun. So make it happen. Greg and I can stream it. Greg is the best in-combat cameraman you've ever seen.
Oh, thanks, Dawn.
He doesn't get distracted by fighters and zooms in like super close, so you see nothing else happening on the screen.
It's so cool to watch the little fighter go around like this. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Every fucking time he's like, "Oh, let's look at this person." I'm like, "Greg, I'm trying to point something out."
Squirrel.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this. Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at the skin on this shit, man. That's awesome. What skin's that? I don't care, man. Most people care about that. EVE is a tough game to stream. It really is, Don. Like,
yeah, it's rough.
Like a bunch of little dots and shit.
It's a very pretty game from up close.
Well, also
but you can't see what you're doing unless you zoom out.
The stream snipers too, right? So even if you're doing really cool stuff, you have to like put a big delay, and I don't know, it's less fun.
No, that's only if you're like worried about losing your ship. If you're, I will say the annoying part is like the stream harassers, because there are people like who will go and tackle or harass somebody who's streaming just to like ruin their stream, and that's why you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go do something else. Have a great night, guys.
Right, or you're just trying to have a nice show, and New Eden Post shows up and starts shit talking in chat.
But I like Redline. We're good buddies. We like to, puff it up for the masses. Yesterday he was trying to be mean to me and he just couldn't do it. He's like, "Yeah, Dad, let's go. I can't do this," because I just kept laughing. So
I know. I like Redline too. He reminded me about Dyson Sphere Project being a good game. I went back and replayed it just because he mentioned it.
I didn't unban him. I'm the only person who does that is Life Shifter. So
I don't got a problem with Redline being here. He's not.
He's behaving,
more or less.
I'm bidding that someone didn't read the name clearly, but it's okay. He's been fine. Good. So Dang.
Yeah, that's a thing now, right? Like that. Now that we're in times of war, when I see the ping, I always look over. Oh, is this gonna mean I'm not sleeping tonight?
Oh, that started last night. I believe at like 4 or 5 in the morning was the first like, all right guys, wake up, let's go. Ops, and I saw Zintage's name leading him. I'm like, poor Zintage, he's gonna want to.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start like getting up early rather than going to bed super late, because like I'm old, right? So I've turned myself slowly into a day shift kind of person. So getting up a couple hours early isn't gonna kill me, and then I'll just go to bed like at 9 o'clock or whatever, like 9 p.m.
Yeah, you could. This war will probably work great for your schedule now.
Pretty much.
I don't mind staying up, but because like some nights I'm up till 3 or 4 in the morning as it is anyways, just naturally.
Getting up early hurts me.
Yeah, I can't do that direction.
Well,
Once I'm in bed and going to sleep, but I can stay up.
It's time for the special segment of the show.
Bouts of insomnia. For the most part, my schedule's pretty rock solid.
That's good. That's really really awesome to be able to do that.
But
it's time to give our shout outs
for
Theta,
the upcoming war and fights. How did you guys feel about our turnout for the move ops? Because no one believes me that we had quite a few fleets.
I think it looked pretty good. I don't know.
They were trying to make fun of our Titan numbers. I was like,
how many Titans do we have deployed, Don?
I don't know that number. I have not asked.
Yeah, you do.
But
you can find out right now, can't you?
Probably.
Aren't you a director? You should know this stuff.
I could ask for it, but
more than 6. I heard.
Yes,
I heard there's more than 6 Titans up there.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I personally saw more than 6. That's what I can say.
Yeah, see, that's the Pappy propaganda, is that we only had 170 Titans move up. I was like, I don't know, that maybe everyone moved their supers first. I don't know, there was multiple fleets out, so they were all capitals.
Well, I left mine in Delft so I could lance hurricanes on the T5Z gate.
Oh my god, no, you're not allowed. Yeah, Sunrear almost lost his Leviathan doing that.
No,
right, Livy?
That's
right.
I actually did lose my Leviathan doing just that.
That's right, you did lose it.
And a good time was had by it.
I wish I could look at the data. It'd be interesting to see which individual pilot brought the most Titan ults on the move up.
That'd be Kunmi.
Yeah, I bet.
He's got 8. So I don't think he's moved all 8 of his Titans, but I know that all of his pilots are there.
So we can give our shout outs to the people that this is a weekly thing that we're doing, the people that are in Theta right now. So give a shout out to Lord Jackson, give a shout out to Blixicus Red Branch, to Ghoster, to MCI Tech, Saladin, Grognard, Commissar, Magnum Allen, and Whale Sex. Right on, Theta Bros. Right on.
And are Titans? That's a loaded question. Are Titans good anymore? What does the panel think?
I think they are. I don't know.
They're
They
good.
still have a use in the game, right? I mean, they're still
exactly
shooting other Titans. That's what they're good at, and bridging people. Yes, Briss, there is a character named Whale Sex.
Big fan.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, did I hear him wrong?
No, that's his name is Whale Sex. He lives in Idaho. Very boring area.
He procures us all of our police chases.
He does.
He's a purveyor of police chases.
Oh, then you just ping him out. That he gets him and you ping him out?
Yeah.
Correct. He's subscribed to the LA whatever nots. And he gets them for us, so we watch those.
That's always a good time when you get the unexpected awesome chase.
There's a long one today, eh?
Was there?
It was more of a standoff than it was a police chase, but
And if people asked, and for those of you that don't know, LA is one of the few places that actually newscast their police chases. And so that's why you'll see almost all of them in LA. We're in the LA area.
Yeah, I think Houston does it too, but they just don't get as many.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, but yeah.
I think the cops in Houston actually just shoot you before you have a chance to run.
That's probably also true.
And then the LAPD want to do it. The LAPD want to be more personal, pull you out of your car and beating the shit out of you. From my understanding.
Do we have any? So other than us starting to do some stuff, was there any other Eve news this week?
Of the faction warfare enlistments for out of militia people is coming up soon. They finally announced that. There's these like jump bridge queue thingies for Caldari faction warfare. I guess
shit stackers or
ship casters, yeah.
Ship casters, there you go.
No one cares about Eve Excel.
Yeah, I heard it didn't go so well though. A lot of people having trouble with the Excel.
What is a shipcaster?
So I believe, from what I've seen, a shipcaster is where a pilot can basically get into a queue to be launched to a faction warfare system that is active and populated to get to fights quicker and more fast-like.
I thought it was a Fender guitar.
Stratocaster. It's close.
That's not quite the right thing, but yeah. Well, so I don't know if you like line up in a little line because I haven't read into it too much, but I do know that it shoots you to a system that's active.
It sounds a lot like instant action in PlanetSide, kind of.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's supposed to be kind of like a jump bridge, just that I don't think you get to know where you're going.
What? So, no, you start out. Mifune shared that one link, right? So you start out in one of the home systems, and then you can go to like any area around one of the home systems within like I don't know so many jumps or whatever. Okay. And I don't know how it's set up, but it looks kind of cool. It might be useful, I guess.
I mean, I'm all for any way to make the travel in this game faster because when it takes. So last night we were having fun in a place that's spicy, and our wormhole closed on us.
It was so funny listening to you whine about that, Don. I loved it.
Yeah, so our wormhole closed on us, so I had to, and then nobody else could fucking do it. So I had to burn 7 jumps in 50% reduced warp speed. Get in a ship that can scan, go find one wormhole, burn 15 jumps to get to another region to find a different wormhole, and then get back in my other ship and then burn back to where we were. It took 45 minutes to find 2 wormholes. So,
sorry, Don, I was playing the violin.
Anything in this, thank you. Anything that can make movement in this game faster, I'm fine with at this point.
Yeah, agreed.
I kind of hold the same view, but you do have to be careful that it doesn't get too easy to start projecting force all over the universe, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got fucking antiplexes. Those poor bastards that don't have antiplexes.
Yeah, because we blew them all up.
I mean, before jump fatigue, though, stuff would just pop off all the time. Like it wasn't like a planned move across. It was like, oh wow, the sino chain's up there. Here, it's going down. It was never planned.
Well, the people got upset because PL were the only ones with a super cap fleet, so they were coming around and stomping on people before they could do that. They could travel through jumps with no fatigue to get to locations and join in on a fight. So, like if Snuffed Out was fighting, I don't know, fire or something, right? Then PL could show up and just like fuck everybody. So then that's why they made jump fatigue because people were whining that it was too easy for ships to get places to do stuff. Well, so, and no, there's no last gate camps. There's tons of places you can gate camp at. I don't want to hear it. You just have to be creative. But I understand it would affect that gameplay of gate camping in certain areas if they made it a little easier to move. But it's not to say that you still can't catch people, even if you guard the pipe with the ways to get around. You could realistically guard some of the ways to get around and catch people there too. So, get creative. But we are at the end of our show.
We are, Don. So we have to do some last words pretty soon, right? Like now, I guess.
Yep, we're going to do some final thoughts. So we're going to start at the top. Dominark, final thoughts, shout-outs for the week.
Well, I do. Hold on. There we go. I'm looking forward to the war. This is what I live for. I love this shit. So thank you for sending us to war.
All right. Then we got Oxygen.
Shout out to Baby Yoda and shout out to my new baby who's 5 weeks old. He's fucking awesome. So
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, gang.
Oh, it's cute. Sonrir, our honored guest.
Well, thank you. I'm also looking forward to the war. It's been a while since we've had some real good fleet fights. And just looking forward to how everything pans out. Should be some exciting times.
Greg?
I am looking forward to the war, but I'm also looking forward to new content that's coming up on INN. And there's some spicy new surprises that are going to be happening on Theta Thursday as soon as next week, I would think. Now that I've had the leash around my neck that Don and Mifune have had control over, I've had that loosened off a little bit. Don says, apparently, that I'm going to be allowed to, if I'm nice to her during the week, to do some of my interpretive dance that I am renowned for in my hometown.
Only
I do interpretive dance, too.
Only if you get 5,000 bits.
We should start a troop.
And I got to wear pasties, right? That's the only thing.
You got to wear a shirt.
All right. That's all I had. Take us home, Don.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us, for Dominark Oxygen, for our special guest, for McLeod, who was here earlier, and then for Greg for stepping up and handling the tech stuff when Mifune's not available. Thank you to Mifune for going to a hockey game instead and not hanging out with us today. Thank you for all of our audience. This is one of our biggest shows we've had in a while, so I appreciate it. And me and McLeod will see you Saturday.
Yeah, don't forget about Saturday. Saturday's big day on INN. Push the talk, right?
Push the talk. I'm only there for about an hour, and then the meta show is later that day, 4 p.m. Eastern, so figure it out from there. And I guess we are hoping to have some new content come up. If my computer would allow me to stream, I would stream other games and stuff, but alas, for York, it is a bitch. So, but anyways, I hope everyone has a great week, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Oh yeah, and thanks Milk on Edge for coming in with the raid. That was greatly appreciated. But as always, we will close with the famous words of my Uncle John, where he used to say to me before I would go out partying, he would say, "Greg, be good, but if you can't be good, be careful."